What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer. It's your favorite hood high priestess. It's your favorite motivational dominatrix. It's your favorite auntie, captain, goddess, king, LadySpeech in the place to be. And I want to welcome you back to this here channel. You could be anywhere in the world, absolutely, positively anywhere in the world. And as a matter of fact, you are somewhere in the world, and you're also sharing just a little bit of time and just a little bit of space with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. If and only if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you are feeling all of this, baby, and if you're feeling me, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, baby. And make sure you hit the notifications bell. To keep up with my shenanigans, to keep up with my shenanigans, to keep up with my shenanigans. Because as you can see, we get wild and random over here. Mostly magical, you know, very healing, motivational. I do a lot. If it comes to my heart and I'm feeling it, we do it, all right? So tune in, notifications bell, so you can just watch it. If you so please. Now, let's get into today's video, shall we? All right, y'all. It is September 23rd. It is a Thursday, so you know what that means. Well, you probably don't know what that means. Some of you do, some of you don't. I am headed down to Herbs and Arts, which is a magical botanical space. A space that has been in Denver for a very, very, very long time, where you can get a whole bunch of magical supplies. So I am currently a reader at Herbs and Arts in person. You can definitely make an appointment if you happen to be located in Colorado. Walk-ins, are welcome. Walk-ins are welcome, baby. But if you want to guarantee your space and your spot, definitely make sure you call ahead to Herbs and Arts, and you can schedule it. I'm not the only reader there, and everybody who reads there is good at what they do. So even if you don't catch me on a Thursday, baby, you can see other readers. Yes, you can. So this is what I'm up to today. If you want to see what a day in my life as a reader is, I have a couple blogs on that, so you can definitely peruse the page. We're not going to be doing a vlog style video on like that, you know, today, but I did have something on my heart that I wanted to talk about. And you see it by the title. We've got another magical video. I'm looking magical. I'm gonna go off doing magical things. I figure I would talk about some magical subjects today. So that's what we're gonna do. And today we're getting into the subject of why payments, offerings, and reciprocity is so important when it comes to magical endeavors and magical practices. We're talking about payment today, baby. This video is inspired by two videos I've done on TikTok. I did one, actually a few days ago, and I've done another one that was a long time ago. This was weeks ago. The most recent video was about this very subject. It was really about, payment and offerings and reciprocity, paying the earth, paying the spirits, paying your work for what you do in the magical sense. And also the older video that I did months ago was about when we make offerings to our ancestors, those of us who have practices that include ancestor veneration, and we make offerings to our ancestors, or just when we make offerings to spirits or offerings to the earth in general. It's not about us. It's about, our relationship with, whatever we're dealing with and what they want. So in regards to ancestors, so say if I am a vegetarian, if I'm a vegan here, but my ancestors that are working for my highest good were not necessarily vegan, and they ask for non-vegan food, it is my duty to get them what they want. I don't have to eat that way. If I'm a vegan and I don't want to eat vegan, that's fine. But like, it's not about our feelings when we're honoring our ancestors, you know. For example, I have an ancestor that I honor I have several ancestors that smoke. They smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes, and I'm not inclined to smoke cigarettes. But you best believe I offer cigarettes when they want cigarettes. So, because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's not about me. So we're gonna get deeper into both of those concepts today. I wanted to just break those down just a little bit more and expand on what I said in those videos. So that's what we're gonna do. So there will be a little bit of a vlogging aspect to it. You will see me in a couple of different locations today during this video. But we're not gonna be specifically going after what my experience is today. I just got a little bit on my heart when it comes to payment, offerings, and reciprocity, baby, in the magical, mystical realm. Now that I've said all that, it's actually time for me to get in the car and go. I like to go to the store and grab a few snacks and things before I make it to the store, the magic store. I go to the grocery store. So we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna catch up with you in just a sec. All right, y'all, let's talk about why offerings, payment, and reciprocity is important when it comes to magic. Now, whether you're coming from a hoodoo, a conjure, a Wicca, you know, a native indigenous practice, no matter where you're coming from, a lot of us observe the action of reciprocity. We understand how important reciprocity is when it comes to your magical practice. And it's important for a couple of different reasons. Number one, you are not out in these magical streets by yourself. Whether you function, whether you practice with a coven, whether you practice with a house, whether you practice with a group, whether you practice with an elay, no matter who and where and what you practice, at the very least, you yourself, you come with multitudes, baby. Your spiritual team is very thorough and made up of a few different entities. You are not out in these streets by your magical self. That's number one. You are not out in these streets by your magical self. Number two, you are occupying space on this lovely, beautiful, amazing planet. And the law of the jungle, the law of the ocean, the law of the forest, the law of nature is giving and receiving. The very law of nature is about reciprocity, so that in the name of sustainability, so that you have plenty to practice with. You have as many resources and tools as you need to practice with, as well as other people with you, as well as other people coming after you. So reciprocity in payment is important because you are not by yourself. You are not by yourself. When you do your spell work, when you do your prayer work, when you make your petitions, when you make your potions, when you create your formulations, when you pray, when you meditate, it's not just you, darling. It's not just you. And when we think about our human relationships, some of the most successful human relationships that we have contain an element of reciprocity. They contain an element of mutual support. They contain an element of a pouring into from all sides. So if your human relationships, your successful human relationships require reciprocity, require you to be poured into and supported and given back into in a give and a take, then of course that would fall over and that would carry over into your spiritual relationships. So it's important because reciprocity is key. It's important because that's a law of nature. The law of nature is giving and taking. Let me tell you something about the universe. The universe isn't a hoarder. It's very ordered. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot going on, but it's not a hoarder. There is a method, a rhyme, and a reason to everything, whether we know it or not, darling. There's a function to everything, darling. The universe is not a hoarder. Spirit is not a hoarder as well. So reciprocity, when we practice this, when we practice reciprocity, when we practice payment, we practice giving and a taking, we create a flow in our lives where we create a constant release of things that need to go away, and then a constant opening of things that need to be here. All right. So that is the why. But let's get into the who we should be making these offerings, this payment, this reciprocity to. Who are we paying? Who are we paying? Who are we giving reciprocity to? Who's a part of your spiritual team? Well, your ancestors, If you have guardian angels on your team, some of us do. Some of us have guardian angels. Some of us have deities. Most of us have deities. A lot of us have deities and entities that have been following our ancestral lineages that for a while that we have a birthright to. Some of us have, spirit guides that work with us. Some of us petition certain deities when it comes to certain spell work. Your spiritual team is made up of your creator, your God, your goddess, all of these entities, and you might even have some extra ones. You might have some extraterrestrials that are a part of your team. I don't know what your setup is. But whatever your setup is, you are not out here in these streets by yourself, okay? Also, most of us are using ingredients in our spell work that come from the earth. And even if you aren't doing spell work or formulation work and you're not engaging in that side of things, if you are here on the planet, you're occupying space. The earth itself, the planet itself is giving you a physical foundation to do your work. So making offerings back to the earth itself, making offerings back to Mother Earth itself, herself, themselves, himself, making offerings back to Mother Earth. In my years of study with indigenous religions and indigenous faiths and traditional spiritual systems, what I've come to, and that is a similarity with so many of our traditions, very true in traditions that I practice and very true in the traditions that a lot of my friends are keepers of and they practice, it is this very concrete and very intentional relationship with Mother Earth. It is an understanding that we are giving a gift because we are able to be here on this planet. We're able to stand here. We're able to occupy this place. Mother Earth provides food, shelter, water, all the resources that we need to improve and advance our life. There is this understanding that it is our duty to take care of the earth. Also, so many native indigenous practices are rooted in the earth itself. Ceremony, ritual taking place outside, understanding that all of outside is sacred space, is consecrated space, and treating it as such. Recognizing the gift of the herbs, the gift of the land, the gift of the water that this earth provides for us, and understanding that it is our duty to not only receive these gifts with open hearts and with all the love and the gratitude in us, but also give back and make sure that we are cultivating spaces where we are protecting earth, and we're also replanting, making sure that as resources have been there for us, we guarantee that resources are there for other people. So the who of who we should be paying back is Mother Earth. And we should be paying Mother Earth back because Mother Earth provides resources. We should be paying Mother Earth back because we occupy space on Mother Earth. We breathe this air. We drink this water. We eat this bounty and this food. We use these resources to do our work. We should be paying our ancestors. Your ancestors are your first line. We should be making offerings to our ancestors. We should be making offerings to the spirit guides that guide us, to Creator, to God. We should be making offerings to all of the people on our team as a thank you. Your spiritual team lends their energy to you. When you are praying, when you are meditating, when you need to get through something crazy, as they are guiding you, as they are disciplining you, as they are celebrating you, as they are creating, manufacturing, pointing you in the direction of opportunities, they are working for your highest good and expending much energy for your success. So a part of, making offerings is showing the universe that yes, you are worthy of receiving, and also it's an act of gratitude, saying thank you. And it's as an act of feeding. As we get energy from our spiritual team, we give energy to our spiritual team by way of reciprocity, by way of payment, by way of offerings.